just found out they came up with a 3 horsepower model, Dave. These are 2. They just come out with the VP3. Amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm like Tim Allen, like, 3 horsepower. Oh. Like for a chef, it's like a dream. I know, you guys, it's a weird fetish, but you don't understand. Start making the food, you understand that 1 horsepower makes a big difference. So next ingredient, I digress, is a half tablespoon of coconut oil. Again, hair, skin, the most amazing thing ever, inside and out on your body.
Okay, so we're getting the coconut oil squeezed in there. This is a nice little tonic beverage you're creating here.
It is. I can't wait to try this. And you know, familiarity. We're talking about a margarita here. You know, one of the biggest demos that we did at the kickoff party back in Malibu was the vanilla Shilajit latte. And it's great because you can create familiar recipes like lattes and margaritas and pizzas and all kinds of things. So this lifestyle, I'm not going to call it a diet, this lifestyle, you can really be as indulgent and creative as you want and not miss anything. Well, maybe croissants. Working on croissants, you guys. You didn't hear that, all 4,000 people at home. Croissants, though, we're working on.
I don't know if they heard vanilla Shilajit latte. Did anyone actually catch that? That is one heck of a drink.
And probably it didn't take any longer to make that than it takes to brew a pot of coffee.
Not at all. And that's another thing is you're getting real sustained energy. We're moving away from fake energy, right? Things that make you crash and dip into things that are going to sustain you and give you that boost you need throughout the day. That's really the thing that drew me to raw foods in the first place, Dave, was my energy was so low. I started living this lifestyle. And we talk about staying up late. I'm with you, brother. It's like my best creations are at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, you know what I just made? I made raw Pop-Tarts. Dude, raw Pop-Tarts. No way. So, yeah, more energy. You get to stay up till 4:30 in the morning and create all kinds of crazy stuff. Come see me at my booth. I'll tell you guys about the crazy 4:30 a.m. creations. It'll blow your mind.
By the way, just a pinch of that salt, not the whole thing. We had all the ingredients put together.
That's good. That's good, Len. That would have been a really salty margarita. So pinch of sea salt. And then we're moving on to our sweetener of choice, which this appear, yes, smells like agave to me.
So this is the clear agave, is that right?
Indeed, yeah, the ultimate superfoods agave.
So this is the inulin-rich clear agave. When you have the real agave, you can taste it. They're really, okay, so people are at home are like, what is this thing about agave? Is agave really raw? No, it is not really raw. Is the clear stuff raw? No, it isn't. Is any of it raw? No, none of it is. Agave is made by coring out the center of the agave, putting a bowl in there. It will bleed 1,000 liters of sap, of water, like syrup. Like it'll come out of the plant, and it will do that for 2 months as the plant dies. And then that's what they used to take like from the desert into Mexico City, and it would slightly ferment because bacteria would settle into it, and it would ferment into a drink they called pulque. And that's what they drank in Mexico City for thousands of years. Now, to bring it to a thick consistency, it has to be cooked. So what we really want is the high inulin clear agave if we really want the healing benefits of it, but it's really not a raw, like, cold processed product.
Yeah, and same thing as far as sweeteners go. That seems to be, as far as from my perspective as a chef, the big topic of debate regarding, well, what sweetener do you use, man? Are you a yacon guy? You an artichoke guy? Agave? And it's interesting because I think for all of us, it really is tapping into what makes you feel good. For me, I'm using a lot more yacon lately because my body feels amazing using yacon syrup. And you get the FOS, the fructooligosaccharides in it. That's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just encouraging you guys to check out the different sweeteners that are out there and really pay attention on a subtle level to how it makes your body feel. And you're gonna tune into the one that works for you. Our next ingredient is, what is this?
Vanilla?
It's vanilla. Thanks.
Ooh.
I was like, vanilla. And you know what? Again, the 4:30 a.m. thing, we're talking about like bags of vanilla, fresh vanilla beans. Keeps you going. Okay, so we've got a little bit of vanilla. And the next ingredient is a superanic fulvic acid. Let's talk about fulvic acid.
Okay, fulvic acid is not folic acid. It's a different thing. So it's Fulvic. It's a hot product. It's really been gaining a lot of momentum over the last 30 years. It comes from areas of sediment that have been laid down by great river systems. For example, the Mississippi River Delta Valley area that runs all the way from New Orleans all the way into Missouri is loaded with areas that are filled with layers of fulvic acid. And if that's been allowed to build up over thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, a million years, then it will develop these layers of fulvic acid that can be taken out, powdered down, and it not only increases your own absorption of nutrients, but it also pulls a lot of the stuff out like heavy metals, like plastics, pesticides, all different kinds of radioactive materials, and there's stuff in it that is kind of strange, and that's that strange matter we were talking about, the ormus elements. So fulvic acid is a super detoxifier, super nutrifier, and is one of the top things on our longevity list.
So we're going to put 2 droppers full.
Excellent.
And Dave, you can use this on the outside as well as the in.
Right. You can use it topically. You can add it to lotions and creams. There's a great report available free on the internet called Fulvic Acid Report. So if you can Google that when you get home, get that report downloaded on your computer and read up on fulvic acid.
I think we're ready to go. I think
All
we're
right.
ready to rock this. You guys ready?
Okay, quick thing. I learned this the hard way. I learned this from a great raw chef. Make sure everything is like low, all the way dialed down before you hit any on button.
Yeah, 1, not 10.
Yeah.
Just like guitar amplifiers. Trust me. Okay, here we go.
And why do you blend it this way before you put the ice in it?
What I like to do is I like to just make sure that all the ingredients are well incorporated before I put a little ice in. It's just my personal preference. Maybe it's just out of habit. It's kind of how I do my smoothies when I add ice to them. But I just like to make sure that all the powders and all the superfoods are in there first. So.
And do you notice when you put the ice in now, if you put it on really low and you let it blend slowly, you're going to get a much, much nicer, like almost like a gelato consistency, rather than just blending it really hard and letting some of the moisture become like it actually melts the ice if it goes too hot.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is one trick that I want to share with you guys, and I'll get more into chef's tricks. Is whenever you're blending, especially really thick things, if you have your hand at the base, you can start to feel the blender getting warm. That's a good indication you want to back off. You can feel it right at the base. So what I like to do is always keep a hand on the bottom if I'm blending things, just to check in with it. Make sure. You okay? You good? Okay. Okay, ready? We're going to do it again. Here we go. Talking to the blender. It works. And what I like to do, I personally like a little bit of ice in it, Dave. Is that cool with you?
We got to know where that ice is coming from. Is that spring water ice?
Yes, it
Good
is.
question to ask, by the way.
The longevity experience,
Right?
we got spring water.
I'm on airplanes. I like people like the food comes down the aisle and whatever the ice, whatever's being served. It's like there's not even a thought of questioning like where's that ice coming from? Where's the water coming from? What about that chicken coming out of that plastic, whatever that thing is? And you know, like at this point, they look at me and I just go like that, and they just go. They don't even try to give me the peanuts anymore.
I don't really need to do this, by the way. It's just a cool bartender's trick. Makes me feel like Tom Cruise. Cocktail. Okay, I think we're ready to go, Dave.
Okay, I just like a sip. Let me just give that a go. All right, you ready to toast this one?
Cheers, my friend.
All right, to the best longevity now experience ever and the absolute longevity of every person in the room.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hallelujah.
David Wolfe and Jason Wrobel.
Woo! Ooh. Wow.
Lou's going to take that to his room.
All right, so thank you, Jason.
Thanks.
That
All
was
right,
wonderful.
who are the birthday people nearest August 8th? Bring your licenses with you.
Let's
I don't
come
believe
on up.
anybody.
If we can